Hey, I hope you all are doing all right. Um, I mean, for a large part of my life, man, very large part of my life, probably until I was about, when did I stop? I don't know. I think maybe around high school era. Like, yeah, once I kind of started smoking weed, it's interesting. Like, throughout my whole life, I've only been with, hold on a second, if I count real quick, it's either 7 or 8 women. I mean, I should be able to know this. Hold on, let me think. It's Chris, and then from Chris, it went to her, and then it went to. Oh, I'm on the spot right now, so it's hard for me to count. But it's like it's under 10 women. I've only slept with under 10 women, and a lot of the times, I don't know. What I'm trying to say is like when I right before I started smoking weed, I actually had a pretty attractive girlfriend. Like compared to what I've everything else, she was definitely by far, quote unquote, physically the most attractive female that I've been able to call my girlfriend. But I started smoking weed and started thinking deeper about just the universe and everything, and that really kind of changed the direction and like desires I had for my life. Because up until that moment, finding a woman and just being in love was like, it's just something that it was always the most important thing to me. Um, and throughout the years, I mean, it's just slowly kind of like, it's had its peaks and its points, but, it's kind of slowly diminished. And a lot of it I think has to do with just me not feeling, all that well with society and just people, and it wasn't so much that I didn't want to be in a relationship. I just didn't see it being feasible because I didn't really agree with these jobs. I'd always had addiction problems, and I didn't feel like there was much harmony there for me to be in a relationship. I just didn't feel good enough about myself too. I didn't have much love for myself. So how can I really love somebody else if I'm not able to even love myself? So but it's always been there in the back of my mind. Like even with everything that's been going on, recently with people and all these wonderful opportunities and support, just some good momentum. Um, I still can't, I still just have that, like it's just like it's still not quite as in like for me like what I want, what I desire more than money, more than to be even, you know when I imagine all these other things that a man could want in life. It goes back to really having a woman and good company and doing a good job. But all of those things, is having a woman. So I mean, finding God, in the Most High's. I don't know. Part of me, I guess, feels like I've already kind of like gotten there and become familiar with that. So especially for me in my life and where I'm at with my journey, like it's I feel Gucci with who I am, and I don't even want to, I've really never been the type of person to want to force people to do things. So it's so much, you know, more relaxing and flowing to just let people be themselves. And if things work out with each other, then that's awesome and beautiful. But if not, that's okay too. um, but like with joy, I'm just as I think about things like in what I've been working on and stuff, like she, beyond everything that the romantic and all of those type of words I've used, just even from just a spiritual perspective, an energy perspective, a knowledge based perspective on how, shit really works. When I look at her, I feel like she has, more experience and knowledge than and also just a rawness and an ability to speak on it, that and also a passion and a heart to not sell things. I think these are all very key components to, what it's going to take for humanity to transmutate into something different and changing this reality. So, it's not just examining my attraction to her, like why, and it's still like I'm still just so compelled to want to know what's going on with her, like, just like I just can't get her out of my head. I'm just being real. And even with all these, in a lot of ways, good opportunities in front of my face, like, the fact that things don't feel, again, I'm speaking from my feelings here, but because things don't feel good between, I don't really have any real good relationships right now. Like, me and Joshua did not have a very good communication yesterday, so, again, it's just like me being all on my own and shit, and it's just ironic to be, from my perspective, to really have no good, real interactions with my friends or people in my life or acquaintances, but yet to be this person that, this entity that has ideas that are the seeds for, humanity to change. It's just ironic that it comes from somebody who has like no social life, is the person that's going to help bring back the social life. But, in a sense, it makes sense because, if you do have a strong social life, then you don't have that same raw desire to socially interact. So it's that rawness, it's that hunger that I have that keeps me moving, that keeps me working, that keeps me pushing this message, because I know that the type of social interactions I want, that I really want, aren't the type of ones that are to be found in this reality. So out of my desperation, out of my longing for something more and something different, I've created this idea to help give us space to perpetuate that type of social interaction. So, but it's just interesting for me, and all these things, like just to have somebody to be with, is, means so much, but it's all good, man. I just wanted to express my heart a little bit and say I hope everybody's doing all right, and I can't even see if the phone's still recording right now, but all right, it is cool. So anyways, hope you all are doing all right. I love you guys. Bye.